Deep in the heart of the Pacific Ocean, a scattering of emerald jewels shimmers beneath the tropical sun. These are the Solomon Islands, an archipelago nation steeped in history and shrouded in an aura of mystery. For millennia, these islands have borne witness to the tides of time, their shores echoing with tales of ancient mariners, intrepid explorers, and the enduring spirit of their people. From the first Melanesian voyagers who braved vast oceans to make these islands their home to the global conflicts that shaped the 20th century, the Solomon Islands hold a unique and captivating place in the narrative of human history. Today, we embark on a journey to unravel the enigma of the Solomon Islands. We will delve into their ancient origins, explore the impact of European arrival, and trace their path through the turmoil of global conflict to the challenges and triumphs of independence. Along the way, we will encounter a land of breathtaking beauty, where verdant rainforests cascade down volcanic slopes to meet coral reefs teeming with life. But above all, we will encounter the resilience and warmth of the Solomon Islanders, a people who have navigated the currents of history with courage, dignity, and an enduring connection to their ancestral lands. The story of the Solomon Islands begins long before the arrival of Europeans, stretching back over millennia to a time when these remote shores were first reached by intrepid seafarers. Around 30,000 years ago, the first inhabitants, ancestors of the present-day Papuan people, arrived from New Guinea, navigating vast distances across the open ocean in simple canoes. These early pioneers possessed an intimate knowledge of the stars, winds, and currents, their navigational skills honed over generations of ocean voyages. These early settlers established themselves on the islands, adapting to the challenges and opportunities presented by this new environment. They developed sophisticated fishing techniques, cultivated the fertile volcanic soils, and built villages that reflected their unique cultural traditions. Over time, a rich and diverse culture flourished, with distinct languages, customs, and artistic expressions emerging across the archipelago. These early societies revered the natural world, recognizing their dependence on the land and sea for survival. Their intricate carvings, woven mats, and elaborate ceremonies reflected a deep spiritual connection to the environment and the ancestors who came before them. The relative isolation of the Solomon Islands was shattered in 1568, with the arrival of Spanish explorer Álvaro de Mendana de Nera. Sailing from Peru, Mendana stumbled upon the islands almost by accident, claiming them for Spain and christening them the Isla Salomon after the biblical King Solomon, believing them to hold the legendary mines of King Solomon's gold. This encounter marked the beginning of a new era for the Solomon Islands, one that would bring profound changes to their destiny. Mendana's accounts of the islands, filled with tales of gold and exotic beauty, sparked a wave of European interest. However, subsequent expeditions failed to locate the fabled riches, and the Solomon Islands faded into obscurity for a time. Yet, the seeds of fascination had been sown, and the islands would soon find themselves caught in the currents of European colonialism, their fate intertwined with the ambitions and rivalries of distant powers. Section 4. The Shadow of Colonialism. The 19th century brought a renewed wave of European interest in the Pacific, driven by a desire for new territories, resources, and markets. The Solomon Islands, strategically located in the heart of the Pacific, became a target for colonial expansion, with Great Britain and Germany vying for control. While British influence eventually prevailed, this period left a lasting impact on the islands and their people. The colonial era brought about development in infrastructure and education. However, this progress came at a high cost. The forced labor practice known as blackbirding, where thousands of Solomon Islanders were kidnapped or tricked into working on plantations in Queensland, Australia, decimated the local population and left a legacy of trauma and exploitation. Traditional customs and governance structures were disrupted, and the Solomon Islands found themselves relegated to the margins of the British Empire, their resources exploited for the benefit of the colonial power. Section 5. A Crucible of Conflict, World War II. As the world plunged into the darkness of World War II, the Solomon Islands were thrust onto the center stage of global conflict. The island's strategic location made them a key battleground in the Pacific theater, with the Battle of Guadalcanal in 1942 to 1943 becoming a pivotal turning point in the war against Japan. For over 6 months, American and Japanese forces clashed in a brutal and costly campaign, leaving an indelible mark on the island's landscape and psyche. The Battle of Guadalcanal was a testament to the courage and resilience of the Solomon Islanders, many of whom risked their lives to assist Allied forces. The islands still bear the scars of war, with rusting hulks of ships and downed aircraft serving as poignant reminders of the sacrifices made on those shores. The war also left a legacy of closer ties with the United States and Australia, forever altering the geopolitical landscape of the region.